Hey guys, it's Michelle from Scrap Secrets and welcome to another crafty video. So in this video I'm going to show you how to make a new home card. So it could be a welcome to the neighborhood, congratulations on your new house, a moving card, whatever, with this Honeybee die set called Threshold card. So there are pieces in here. It's mostly a holiday one. I mean, you can use it as a holiday one. There is a wreath inside and then some really pretty leaves that you can make into your own wreath or use this wreath base and make it go around. I did a card for Christmas with these dies. But I wanted to show you what I did, and we'll get to this in a minute. This looks a little bit like a mess, but I will show you my theory, my thought process on this. But first, let me show you what I did. So the die set came with those dies, and then it also came with, it comes with two different knob dies, just a little circle, and then this handle. It comes with a mail slot, which one of these little lines here actually cuts a slit into it, so you can actually put something in, so we're gonna do that. This can be the threshold over the door, or it can be steps going down, so we're gonna use it as steps going down. And then here's two pieces to the door. You can use this piece, you can use this piece, you can layer them together to create kind of a cool effect here, but I'm going to show you what I did. I cut these out of brown like craft cardstock twice, and then you get the interior pieces as well. So I'm just gonna put these off to the side, and you can see I cut these out of some scrap gold cardstock. These were all scraps. The blue strips that I cut down, I cut this down to 1/2 inch, and these were 12 by 12 paper, so this is 1/2 inch by 12 inches, and I actually only needed two. I think I cut two of them, and I only needed those two. I also used a little scrap because at first I did a 3/4 piece, and I thought that that was too thick to make the siding for, so I cut it down to 1/2 inch, and then this I used at the very bottom to go across the bottom, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. And then here are all the interior pieces that we are going to use. So I've inked them all up with Distress Oxide in Vintage Photo. I inked up all around the edges of this one. Now this is the larger die that has the smaller holes. I'm not going to use this piece. I'm going to put it in the packaging, and I'm going to save this just in case I need it for another card, but I used the interior pieces of that. We are going to use, here's the steps, I'll show you that in a minute, sorry. We're going to use this piece that has the larger holes in it, so it's the skinnier door, and we're actually going to place these pieces inside of it, and then the smaller pieces from the other one are going to be stacked on top of it, so it's going to look like it has some trim around it. You've seen cabinet doors and things like that, and it just makes it look a little bit more realistic, a little bit more like a door. We're also going to be taking a piece of white cardstock. We're going to create a little letter for here, and then this is the step or the threshold, and I used these markers that I got from Hobby Lobby. These are Spectra markers, and this is 024 and 026, and the 24 was too light, so I used the 26 on the steps, and I don't even know if it's really going to show up on camera. You can just see I kind of went through the little grooves. Okay, so let's work on the card back. So this is a 5x7 card base because the die is so large, so it fits onto, with the threshold either on the top or the bottom, it fits on a 5x7 card perfectly. So what I did was I took those 1/2 inch strips of blue cardstock, and I just kind of placed them to make it look like the siding. So you could do the whole thing and then just cut pieces off, but I figured nobody's gonna see the middle, so I just kind of did it around the edges. And then this piece at the bottom was just because I cut the door off. It didn't cut all the way through at the bottom of this die, so I cut it and it was a little bit uneven, so I'm actually going to put the steps over top of that to hide that. So let's get started putting this together. So once you've done all of this, I just kind of saved time because it was some tedious work. One of the things that I'm going to do to try to make it stand out in between is I'm going to take this blue marker and kind of go over all of the edges. Now, it doesn't matter that I got it on the white, but I also want to go through the pieces that are on the side. So you don't even have to, you can just put straight pieces straight across and then use the marker to create lines down the middle where there would be two pieces of siding that overlapped each other, you can do that. So you can just create pieces that are all an inch long or half an inch long, however long you want them, so that they cover the whole piece. And you can do that. You can just use the marker to create those lines. So this is a pretty blue marker, and I don't mean pretty like in like, oh, that's so pretty. It's just like a very blue shade of marker, but it dries back a little bit lighter or deeper on camera, or once it's dry, not on camera, once it's dry. So just by going over all of this, it's going to give a little bit of definition. Normally I would use Copic markers for this, but my Copic markers are upstairs and I just wanted to get this done kind of quickly. So you'll see here, I don't know if you can see that, but you can see it like right around here. But so it gives a little bit of definition. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take the door and make sure that it's all the way at the top centered. And then I'm going to take some ATG and put tape all over the back of it. You can use whatever kind of tape that you want to hold this down. I just picked ATG one because I had it sitting on my desk and it's a pretty strong tape and I want this piece to hold together. So then we'll just put a piece down the middle, and this is just like almost perfect for this size. So just be careful not to rip this because this the tape does stick pretty well. Okay, so the side that I kind of messed up on, I want at the bottom so that I can put the door or the trim down at the bottom. So just line this up at the top, try to make it as centered as possible. And this, okay, there's a little bit of glue there. You're not going to be able to see these pieces in here, so don't even worry about it. You can see like I got some blue here, don't worry about it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to want to put the steps on like this, and the steps go pretty much all the way across. So we're going to do the same thing again, put some glue on there. And the Honeybee dies are so, I love Honeybee stuff. I just started buying them this year, or the end of, it's 2019, so it's beginning of 2019. But in 2018, I just found Honeybee. I think Amy Rasavi was the one that I saw it from, and I absolutely love their stuff. So you have the door like this, and then there's the bottom. It's a little bit crooked, but that's okay. So the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put glue down in the middle. Now, the interior pieces I found that there are two that are just a little bit larger. So I'm just trying to see. Just make sure there's no space between them. So you're just going to fit the larger ones in like a puzzle piece. So that's all you're going to do is just take the large ones and pop them in. I feel like that one is... You can see a little bit of the white behind it. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. That one maybe should have gone up here. I don't know if it's just not turned the right way. You can peel it off. Let's see. This one might go up here. Nope. Yeah, that one definitely does not fit there. So maybe this one does. This is the one that should go in there. There you go. Those fit there. And these ones will fit right down here. So they fit in like puzzle pieces. Just have to be a little bit patient. I probably should have tested them out before I put the glue down, but that's okay. So then the next thing you're going to want to do is the same thing on the back of these, and then you're going to want to center them up in the panel so that it looks like a decorative door element. Do the same thing with the next ones. And if you guys saw the Hobby Lobby haul that I did the other day, I have the perfect envelope for this. It is... This is really bothering me. This isn't... It has a little bit of gold in it, and that's what we're gonna, since there's gold in the door, I'm gonna use the gold part for the envelope. So I didn't want to show the inking parts of it. You guys all know how to ink up die cuts. You guys know how to glue things down, but I wanted to do that part before I got on camera so that you guys could just see the final putting of things together and how these all work and how I decided to, you know, what layers to use. Okay. So there's the door for right now. And I just wanted to add a couple little of embellishments. This little doorknob right here. So I'm trying to see how it should go on. So I think it's really cute. So I think I might put it on this side of the door, and then I will show you guys. See this? You can like put the little letter in there. Is that not the cutest? So let's see if I can find, the Sig 2-way glue pen's almost dead, but it should be okay to, I don't know if this is the one that I've been using. Put it off to the side. Really pretty and really shiny. I think it makes it stand out. So if you're going to glue something down into this, you just want to make sure that you don't glue the piece together. So I'm going to put glue down at the bottom and then on top of the line where it opens, but not where there is an opening. And you could put some brads on this. There's like 4 little holes on here. You could put some brads on this to hold it on there. You could do a bunch of different things onto it. It's very decorative. So you have this, and then you have like, oops, this just popped off of there. You have this little piece that opens here. So what I want to do is I want to make something that looks like an envelope. So I'm going to take a piece of scrap cardstock. Again, more scrap cardstock. I'm going to cut it like a letter, like an envelope. So that. It's not perfect. I'm going to try to trim it up just a little bit so that it's a little bit more symmetrical. Now if I, okay, and then what I'm going to do is I have a thin black pen around here somewhere, and I'm going to draw the little envelope line onto it. I think this is the microfiber, yep. So we're just going to draw a little flap on the envelope. So there you go. A little flap on the envelope, and then you can stick it into, oops, the wrong side. I was trying to open it on the wrong side. Trying to see if I have a pokey tool or something around it. Oh, there we go. I just used my nail. And you can put a little piece of mail inside of it. How cute is that? So that was the card. It was fairly simple. It did take a little while for me to get the pieces cut down and glued onto the back of it. So what I did was I just ran some ATG tape down both sides of the card and then just stuck the cardstock down onto it. So I hope you guys found some inspiration in these and a different way to use the dies. I know that a lot of people were using this on top of it, but I think that it looks really cute as steps as well. I think adding the little envelope just gives it a little bit of touch of something different. At Christmas time, that's what I did. I did like a little Christmas card and then put a wreath on here. It was so cute. That's the card that I gave to my parents. If you want to go over to my Instagram, I have the card up on there. So if you want to go check it out. It was very similar to this with the exception of the wreath on there. And then on the inside, I'm going to be using a stamp from, oh, I have to show you that envelope. Concord and 9th. It says, in my imaginary neighborhood, you live right next door, because I miss them living next door so much. They were the best neighbors ever. And then I'm going to show you guys, this is the envelope that goes along with, like, how cute is that? It goes along with the gold in here. And then I have this. I want to show you guys what I got them. It's just something little. I knew when I was in Disneyland, I knew that they were moving. They hadn't put their house up for sale yet, but I knew that they were moving. There was no chance that they were staying in Jersey. I knew that they would always go back to PA at some point, which just made me really sad because they honestly were the best neighbors ever. But one of the things that I got them, because she loves Mickey Mouse and anything to do with Disney, so I got this really cute Mickey keychain for them, for just as like a congrats on your new home. So I can't wait to see their house. I can't wait to see them. It's been a while since I've seen them. We text and talk every once in a while, but I really haven't seen them in probably since they moved. So it's been a couple months, and they just moved into their new house about 2 months ago, so just with the holidays and everything, I just didn't get up to see them. So that's what I'm going to plan to do on the inside. I'm going to write them a nice note and then stamp that on the inside and say congratulations. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below, and I will see you guys again real soon for another crafty video. Bye!